Well, the Sacramento Kings were back in action tonight. Game 2 of a 3-game homestand before a long road trip begins next week. And while the Washington Wizards are, let's face it, the worst team in basketball, winning games against terrible teams at home hasn't always been easy for the Kings. DeMar DeRozan and company looking to change that. Decked out in the throwback purple jerseys, the Kings have yet to win a game while wearing this season. Here was an interesting moment before tip-off. Kyle Kuzma has been rumored to be on the Kings' radar for a potential trade, and he took the time to greet Kings owner Vivek Ranadive courtside. But Domantas Sabonis didn't give anyone time to speculate because he straight took over this game. Sabonis dominated the Wizards with a 28-point, 18-rebound performance. He's back to being the top rebounder in the NBA, looking to three-peat as the league's rebound champion. And he's also the best three-point shooter in the league percentage-wise. Sabonis is shooting over 48% from three this season after hitting 2 of 3 long balls tonight. He's a whole percentage better than Nikola Jokic, by the way. Here was the lone highlight for the Wizards. Jordan Poole with the slam and the stare down of De'Aaron Fox, who was just off your screen. But Poole's dunk was quickly overshadowed by Keon Ellis' hot shooting, all 18 of his points from beyond the arc tonight. He hit 6 of 8 threes, moving him up to 8 in the NBA in three-point percentage. And congratulations to DeMar DeRozan, who passed Allen Iverson tonight for 29th all-time in scoring in NBA history. Doug Christie's Kings win again, and Doug put it best after the game. If you're passing Allen Iverson in anything, you're doing something right. Well, the Kings beat the Washington Wizards 123-100. They're now 22-20 on the season, and will have a couple days off before welcoming in their NorCal neighbors, the Golden State Warriors, into the Golden One Center for a game on Wednesday night. Kevin, last time the Warriors were here in Sacramento, the Kings eliminated them in the play-in game last season. And they didn't just eliminate them, they beat the you-know-what out of them.
They mollywopped them.
Yes.
They beat the brakes off of them.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and say it. So we'll see if the Kings continue to do that on Wednesday night against the Golden State Warriors. But, man, what's impressive about this game, so with the win, the Kings are now 2 games over 500.
Yep.
Doug Christie is now 9-2 in this era.
Yep.
The Kings are now just 1 game behind the 6th spot in the West. So a lot going right for them, going in the right direction, and just an impressive game. Granted, like you said, Matt, at the top of that, it was a bad team they were playing tonight. We all know how bad the Washington Wizards are. But nonetheless, you beat them by over 20, and you get the kind of production that you got from your players in this game, particularly Domantas Sabonis. A great beat.
Yeah, and I thought Doug Christie's messaging before the game was fantastic. He talked about our opponent is faceless. It doesn't matter who we're playing. Doesn't matter the name on the jersey. Doesn't matter who's playing for the team. None of that matters. It's about us, right? If we play our game, we can beat anybody. So the Kings have struggled in the past of seeing their opponent, a weaker opponent like Washington, and going, we got this in the bag.
Yep.
And then it comes back to bite them, right? Doug Christie's approach is, doesn't matter who we're playing, we play our game. And that's what we saw from the Kings tonight, and they won.
Now, one of the things, speaking of them struggling last year against horrible teams, well, one of the things we saw them struggle earlier this year was with playing games at home. They're now back to 500 on the home court. How encouraging is this for the Kings as they go through this last half of the season?
It's incredibly encouraging, but here's the reality. 500 is mediocre, right? If you want to be a good team, you have to be really good at home, and Sacramento has one of the best home court advantages in the league. This was the national TV game against the Rockets earlier this week. Doug Christie said the Kings are finally learning how to use the crowd the right way. So, Sacramento fans, you can be an asset to be used by this Kings squad. They're finally winning at home. Let's see if they can do it again against the Warriors.
Yeah, Matt, I'd say if I were an opposing team, I would never want to play the Kings inside a Golden One Center because we know what that crowd brings.